93% of our communication is nonverbal, which means that only 7% is the words that we actually speak. So what this means, if your tonality and your visuals and your facial expressions are not congruent, then you could say the perfect thing and it's not going to matter at all. So what inspired this was I was thinking about a video to post, and for some reason an old coworker that I used to work with came up into my head. Now, the reason why this old coworker came up into my head is because the way that he spoke. He was a attractive guy. He did work, but when you spoke to him or heard him speak, he was speaking with an upward inflection, and he was speaking like this. And it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. That's literally how he fucking sounded. I'm not even kidding. So, instantly, with my background in this field, I knew exactly what it was. And I wish I could tell him, but at the end of the day, first of all, you can't help nobody that doesn't want to be helped. Second of all, the depth of which this problem stems from, it's very deep, and most people don't want to do the work. So if you're actually listening to this video and you're learning and you're actually doing other content and other things to grow, kudos to you, because you're in a very small select group of people, and congratulations. Now, the reason why he was speaking like this, yes, it was saying, I'm not a threat. That's what he was communicating with his voice, which tells me automatically that growing up, he was not in a safe household. He needed to please his parents. He's seen his parents or his caregivers as a threat. So what he needed to do is basically say he's submitting and he's not a threat through the tonality and through his voice. This also carried through his body language. Now, there's no amount of internal things that you can do to deepen your voice or to sound in a manner in which you are grounded if you're unconsciously operating from the place that there's a threat, people aren't safe, and when you operate like this, it shows up in every single area of your life. Now, don't get me wrong, there are people that can temporarily deepen their voice, but it's all fucking fake, and we all see it. We all see the guy that walks in and he's trying so hard, trying to deepen his voice, trying to act alpha. We could tell it's not congruent to his internal model of the world, and it's pretty fucking cringe. So now then we can see the importance of how our mental model of the world impacts our every single aspect and the way we communicate and walk through the world and the way the world reflects itself back to us. Which essentially boils down to two things: your self-image and your beliefs of the world. These two paint the world that's in front of you and also chooses the results that you get in your life and the life that you experience. So that's why consciously doing behavior change doesn't work unless you have a change of belief and a change of self-image, which is essentially a change of identity. So then, if this guy was a client of mine, how would I address it and how would I help him heal? First, I would bring up the fact that in childhood, his mom or his dad, my guess is it's probably his mom, just guess, I have no evidence, but I guarantee it was actually probably both. But let's just say, it seems like his mom was very, you could call her sporadic, explosive. You didn't know what she was going to do. She snapped at nothing. My mom was kind of like this as well. I operated out of people aren't safe for a very long time. And my father as well. And what I would do is I would show him how as a child he did not feel safe at all. And how that he's actually, by raising his voice to show that he's not a threat, is actually his way of showing that he's not a threat to his parents. It's a form of submission. And then what I would show him as a consequence is that the world isn't actually as dangerous as you see. And then we would actually link that back to a memory and help him dissolve that so he's no longer being ran by it. Then we would help him to integrate his emotions so he could actually process it and heal it. And what he'll notice is within a few days, depending on how deep it is and depending how willing he is to actually dissolve it, within a few days, and as soon as it could be as soon as like immediately or within like an hour or two, like the trauma dissolves. So that's how I would help someone walk through that. I would change the unconscious mechanism and the belief about around safety, and there'd probably be some grief that comes up that he needs to deal with and process, and then he'll stop operating from that because he'll be able to see it now. So, if you sound like a bitch or there's any other issues in your life that you don't like, trying to change it through behavior change is not enough. You might be able to do a short term, but we can see through it. And also, it takes way too much willpower, and eventually you're going to go back to your old ways, and it's incredibly exhausting. So, if you like videos like this, go ahead and subscribe, leave a like in the video, and I will see you in the next one.